Welcome to the HTML5 pop-up player installation tutorial. After you have purchased the HTML5 pop-up player from our website and received the confirmation mail, enter to your client area to download the script. Depending on the PHP version you are using, choose one of the files that is available at the download section. Download the chosen file to your desktop or hard disk and unzip it. Open the unzipped folder and click on Setup folder. Edit admin PHP with a text editor like Notepad, Notepad++, or other PHP editor. Enter the username and password which you will use to log into the player setup. Save the changes. Before uploading the script files to the web server, you need to create a subdomain. If you have purchased the web hosting service from us, you can do this very easily, using the cPanel features. Log into the control panel and scroll down until you see the Domains section. Click on Subdomains and enter your preferred subdomain name. Automatically will be created a folder with the same name on the web server. Click on Create button. Go back and scroll up until you see the File section and click on File Manager, where you will be able to view all the folders and files that exist on your web hosting server. You will see the new created subdomain folder 2 in public HTML, where you have to upload all your HTML5 pop-up player script files. Now, to transfer the script files to the web server, you can use one of the FTP clients that you can easily find on the net. For example, FileZilla. Once you've connected, look for the folder created for the subdomain. In our case, the name is player. Choose all the folders and files contained in the unzipped folder and copy them to the player folder. Now, before you move on, you must know that once you have created the subdomain, it takes time for the changes to take effect. This is called DNS propagation. It is the time it takes for the domain DNS to refresh the cache on the network. The cache is cleared over a certain amount of time. This can be up to 24 hours for the DNS cache to be fully refreshed. DNS will refresh according to the TTL, or time to live. When the DNS refreshes according to its TTL, the propagation is complete and your subdomain will load correctly. So if you have some errors when you want to log into the script setting, it means the subdomain has not yet propagated on DNS. Try again in a few hours. You can check by pinging from your computer to the address of the subdomain. If the server responds and shows the IP of the server, you can check by pinging from your computer to the address of the subdomain. If the server responds and shows the IP of the server, it means that the subdomain has propagated and you can start the player setting. After all files was uploaded, you can go to set up your HTML5 pop-up player. Use your preferred web browser and enter your subdomain followed by the /in player setup file name, setup.php. The login window will be displayed where you will use the username and password you created earlier when you edited the admin.php file. Now let's get to the script setting. Our web hosting service install automatically for all our customers the SSL for all domains and subdomains. Check if in your browser the address was entered without using HTTPS. When you start to fill out the player setting data, the first thing is to enter the player installation address. Copy and paste the address from your browser without the last part with the setup.php file name. Don't forget to use only the HTTP version of the address, not the HTTPS. After you entered the link address, hit enter or scroll down and click on submit button. The rest of the data to be filled are self-explanatory. To the right of each field there are explanations that will help to fill in the required data. Our HTML5 player is very easy to install and customize. On the player setup page you can customize the background of the player, the album cover fallback image, autoplay, and the initial volume level. It's compatible with SHOUTcast DNAs 1 or 2 and Icecast 2. On the pop-up button page you can customize the pop-up player button image, the size, and rounded corner of the image. To share your radio easily on Facebook and Twitter you can enter all needed information through the Metasocial section. To control how your Facebook and Twitter share looks and if there are any errors, we've added some links to Facebook and Twitter debugger. If something is wrong in your submitted informations, you can check and repair the errors and scrap again to reload the new informations. The HTML codes to embed your player or the pop-up player button is generated automatically and displayed on the Your Links section. One of the advantages of this player is that the pop-up player button HTML codes can be placed not only on your website, but on any website, regardless of the platform on which it was created or whether it is on a different domain name. Another great advantage is that it solves the problem of the player's incompatibility on a website that uses SSL encryption and the stream source that uses the IP number of the server, which can hardly be resolved to have a SSL certificate. This causes a lot of headaches to those who own a website and a radio station because of SSL issues like mixed content error, or the player is not displayed, or not play the music. With our pop-up player, you can put it on your HTTPS website without generate this errors, and the player will be loaded separately in another window. Let's copy the HTML code from the pop-up player button and put it in a widget on the website. As you saw, when I copied the pop-up player button HTML code and used it in the widget, I added a S at the end of HTTP. In this way, the button that will generate the player is accessed through HTTPS and there will be no errors on the site where the button is placed.